Yeah, welcome back to the shop. It is after dark again, and we are getting right into another video. This one is a request from Cody404 for a monster called Yakapede. And Cody says this about it. Maybe we can surprise Phobia with drawing of a fan-made My Singing Monsters island known as Panic Cavern Monster, made by Euxis9090, known as Yakapede. He continues that Yakapede is basically represents the fear of centipedes and the fear of society. It belongs in Evernight Forest, and he is quite misunderstood. Yakapede should be the first official Panic Cavern monster to be drawn by you, and I suppose that's true. So let's get to it. Yakapede is a fun-looking little monster, and we are going to see if we can make this work here. So the idea was to maybe draw it in like a sort of epic pose, if that's at all possible, with like kind of his head here high in center and just looking down. He's not supposed to look evil or menacing. He is misunderstood. And I know a lot of people really have that phobia of kind of like wriggling things like worms or centipedes or things with like tons of little legs. So we don't want to make him look like he's some kind of evil monster. Just maybe kind of a cool pose, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Now, I didn't have anything really to talk about today because I'm not trying to make these videos to be like I'm some kind of art professional, because I'm absolutely not. So what we're going to talk about today is just kind of monsters, drawing monsters, and how I usually approach posing these things. And usually I just try to find whatever I think looks cool at the time, because that's really all that matters, right? Is as long as you're satisfied with it, you can keep drawing it forever and ever. I'm just very grateful that the people that I draw these for also seem to like what I'm making for them. So I will continue to do that as long as they like what I make for them. I will happily continue to draw for them. And like I always say, I love engaging with the community. So I'm happy that you guys request, and continue to do so. If you have requests, let me know. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure that I'm matching here on both sides. I'm also trying to make it seem like the eyes are on the sides of the head and not in the front, like person. That always looks really weird and unnatural, because most animals don't also have eyes directly on the front of their face, usually on the side of their head, for a multitude of evolutionary purposes. He's got these little like mandibles. We don't want him to look crazy mean. And I think we've already kind of made him look that way. Maybe we ease up on this angle a little bit, and it'll hopefully make him look less monstrous and more simply misunderstood. I don't want to call it a nose, but it's like the little nose part there. His eyes are also a little bit lower on the original picture, so maybe we move that down a little, like that. And then we give the forehead, like this forehead area, a little bit more, personality. There we go. I don't want to make it look like a mask, but these are like his eyebrows, or kind of like the eye ridges for which his eyes sit. And then those are looking like ears, and he does not have those. Let's get rid of those. Okay, so we want to also make sure that we are angling this appropriately to give, like, make sure that his brain can fit in a case here, and not that it's just a small, too small for a brain, or too big, or properly makes sense. Give his little bit of jaw here so that his mandibles can have power. He's got to eat, got to be able to chew. We want to make sure that his mandibles are allowed to have a little bit of power by giving them a structure which muscles can attach. Okay, and then I'll ease these eyes up a little bit. Is the original picture by Uxus, UKSUS 9090. His eyes are much bigger. So I'm going to ease this angle up a lot and make sure that he's not looking like horrifically mean, or it's not meant to be a horror monster. Even though it does represent fear, it's not meant to be like scary or whatever. And he's got less scales, more smooth scales, I guess, or exoskeleton. And then it comes in like this to give it that three-dimensional look. Almost like the boxy structure, like these parts of the abdomen kind of fit in a way where they articulate with one another. So where the box could be like, it could move like this, and I don't know, forget that. So he's also got arms and horns, and we want to make sure that we get the horns on here. So what we may do is bring this down a little bit. Make sure it's centered, at least as well as I feel like I can get it here. And then we're going to give him his big ol' horns. He's got these like ox horns, or kind of buffalo horns. Like, not like bison, but like buffalo horns, or like wildebeest horns, kind of. Drawing horns is hard. It's one of the harder things you can do on monsters, because you've got to take into consideration the perspective of how the horn's going to look. And his horns are big, so we're going to need to make the perspective either him smaller or drop him down more, which I don't know that I want to do. So maybe we just make him a little smaller. And like there, and then we can continue the body in this direction. Here we go. Yeah, so one other thing that I do always like to talk about is making sure that you're taking breaks and stuff. The last thing you want to do is burn out doing something you love. So if you need time to take a break and step away from something, don't feel like you're unable to do so. I think it's important, especially getting rest, making sure you're getting appropriate sleep and hydration, and getting the rest you need is super important. And they kind of come in and then out. That's too thick. Like this. And then they're going to come in. And out. We'll fix that here. my pen nib is starting to get to the point where I think I probably should change it. I tend to draw with a really heavy hand, and so my pen nibs burn out real quick. And I've tried angling my my drawing tablet in a lot of different ways to make that work easier, I guess, or not do quite as much damage to the pen nibs or the screen, because sometimes it can kind of damage the screen. It's just growing up with paper and pencil, it was always in notebooks and stuff, like in between the margins of my school notebooks or whatever. I never had a proper sketchbook until much later, closer to graduating high school and stuff. So when I would sketch when I was younger, it was always like super heavy-handed. Never cared about that, because pencils are fairly strong. I've probably picked up a lot of really bad habits that I'm still trying to figure out. I'm gonna have to make them just a little smaller to fit the horns in there. Just a little bit, like that. And almost to the point where we're gonna need another section there. Maybe like this. I try and make this a little bigger. Have you guys tried playing Palworld yet? I know 1.0 just launched, and I hadn't played it before. I was worried Nintendo was gonna just crush it, and buying it was just gonna be a waste of money because Nintendo was gonna shut it down. So I'm very grateful that Nintendo actually lost the lawsuit against them, because the game is fun as hell, man. I have to say, it is a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun playing it with my kids. They like to do the exploring, and I manage the base of pals, and that's fine by me. What we could do is just like copy this and invert it, but I'm not a big fan of doing that. I'd rather just draw everything by hand, even if it looks a little different, or a lot different in this case. It gives it personality. Like, even in real biology, not everything is perfectly symmetrical. And sometimes there's a reason for that. In the human body, for instance, our abdomen is not perfectly symmetrical because our heart is off to the left-hand side. So other structures occupy the right because there's space for them to do so. And in this case, maybe this guy, his horns are a little different because he got in a fight once or something, and when he was younger, and they never grew back right. Or whatever. And then what I wanna do is make sure that we got like a back part of the section of the tail come like this. So that it looks like he really does have like layers. And then this is the lower piece. Here, something like this. There we go. And then he's got, so the tip of his tail has these little almost hooks. They look like hooks. They also kind of look like ribbons. Maybe it's decorative for the monster. I'm not sure. I don't follow Euxis 9090. This is a great design, by the way. Absolutely love it. But I don't follow him, so I'm not sure exactly if there was a design intent with those things. Like perhaps they were meant to be decorative. Some creatures, even bugs included, tend to have expressive features that are very specific, that are to draw in a mate. Maybe that's what these are. Or maybe they're claws. They don't look like claws. On the original picture, they look more like ribbons. Like I said, I think they're decorative more than anything. So we'll do that there. And then he's also got arms, so we want to occupy the space here and here with his arms. And so this isn't rounded either. I want to make sure that we're staying as consistent as we can. It's almost squared off up here, like this. And then the horns come in, they exit the skull like at the side of the head. So they're not like what would a dragon horn would be, like this that grows out of the top of the skull. They're growing out of the side. Maybe we can shore up that horn just a little bit. There we go. Looks good so far. Okay. And then we want the arms. And the arms are double jointed, so it's got basically like an arm here. This is what would be the humerus to a human. And then it splits here at the elbow into two, like a Machamp from Pokemon. And then it's got like one hand up here, and then another hand down here. So we've got that going on. But I can understand, speaking of Pokemon, why Nintendo had such a problem with Palworld. Because it takes, you can tell that the game was inspired by fans of Pokemon who wanted something more, a more mature experience from a game that was like Pokemon. And I, for one, greatly appreciate that. Because there's only so many times I can play a game that is an 8-year-old child, beating criminal syndicates and saving the world from world-ending threats and monsters, and Pokemon gods or deities that can control time and space, and, the devil. Sometimes I just want a more mature game where you play as an older character, and it's not just 8 years old. It doesn't have to be like mature themes like Grand Theft Auto Pokemon or something. Just let me grow up with the game. I'm not a perpetual 8-year-old, and most of the fans of Pokemon aren't either. And I know Pokemon is targeted at 8-year-olds, like young children. But that doesn't mean you have to make a game where you are an 8-year-old child all the time. Like, make a more mature Pokemon game. Lord knows they have enough money to do that. Can you imagine if they had like a Pokemon RPG that was more like an MMO RPG? That would be insane, man. They could crush Palworld so quickly, it would be insane. Just give us a Pokemon with base building that's an MMO where you can play online with a bunch of different people. You go to different regions, you catch Pokemon, you can trade Pokemon, you can have professions, I don't know. Yeah, you can have one buddy follow you around at all times. You can maybe even become a gym master or something where you're a Pokemon trainer and you train a specific type at a gym to try and stop other trainers from getting gym badges. Whatever. There are so many hundreds of thousands of ways Pokemon could go in which they could have crushed Palworld in other ways except beyond litigation, but they just won't because they're too goddamn lazy. They won't pay the money, to let their developers do things that developers love doing. Instead, they're just like, no, make the same thing again, package it for 8-year-olds. We've made continuous money doing this for many, many years, and people still buy it. It's cool. People still like it. I'm not here to say that the same thing over and over isn't fun. Look at Call of Duty. it's the same thing. You know, it's the same game repackaged over and over for years and years, decades. I need to be bigger. So it's not like, I'd say it's not unusual to do that. I just wish that they would be more creative. I feel like Nintendo of the past would have been. They would have adapted, and they would have given us something more like World of Warcraft for Pokemon. That would be fantastic for adults. You capture the adult audience and continue doing the mainline releases every year or two, where you can keep your PvP audience engaged doing the turn-based stuff. But then give us something more like Pokemon Legends Arceus and Legends ZA, where it's just an open world. It's an open live world, a lot like Palworld, where the player, you can walk around, you know, the Pokemon try to attack you just like they're attacking other Pokemon. So you have to stay the heck out of the way, because if you get KO'd, that's it. I think that would be fun. But who am I to say? Nintendo has their priorities and they are just stuck to them. So, what do you do? I just think that there are so many ways that Pokemon could go. And they don't. They never do. I want to make sure that we're giving the arm enough space here to be visible. So maybe we make the arm a little shorter here, like it's kind of stuffed up the side of his body a little further. Okay, and this is just a rough sketch. So if it's a little ugly, sorry, I'll try to fix that in the inking phase. And nope, that's not it. That's definitely not it. Okay, there we go. Give the thumb a little definition there. How are we gonna do this? I'm trying to imagine how this works and it doesn't make it look weird. The only way I think we can do that is to make it smaller yet still. Yeah, see, if we do that there, it's just going to cover up the back of the tail. I think we have no choice but to make this guy smaller. Make him smaller so that the arms can be a little bigger. Okay, we can improvise. We always do, and we always seem to make it out okay on the back end. Bring this down here. Okay, extend this a little bit. You want to bring him down. I want to pull him up a little bit. What the heck happened here? Holy macaroni! I don't know where that came from. I'm going to change out my pen nib after this, I think. I've just been drawing so much lately, especially with the animations, where the animations are like you know, hundreds of drawings per few seconds of animations. Maybe I'll do that right now. I'll take a little pause here so I can change the nib and spare my screen a little bit. In the meantime, you know, how are you guys doing? What do you want me to talk about in these? That's the biggest problem I ever have, is like trying to find something to talk about, you know? Because I want these to be like a campfire discussion. Like, we're just chilling. It's after hours. We've all had a long day, a long week, you know? The last thing I'm trying to do is come and get on some high horse about something, you know? Or try to teach you guys, because I'm not, you know, I'm not the best there is. All I can do is teach you what I've done, or things that I think. That's it. All right, let's see. Oh, that's so much better. Good Lord. Okay. we were down to like the bare bones of this thing. It's just scraping the nub, like. All right, so the arm here. So we want to make sure that it's clear that this is also a section of his head, and this part is his back. There we go. So he's like creeping over like that. I don't know how to describe it better, but and I'll fix the eyes afterwards. Here, let's make the center line again. We'll get that going, because they're off centered badly. That one anyway. Fix those up after. I'll fix it up after. I try and fix it now. Sorry. We gotta solve this problem first, this arm problem. So if he's coming down like this, maybe we make it like got one claw here or something. I don't want to make him too human-like, because then it starts again bordering the creepy, and that's not the point. Nope, not working out. It's not working for me. Man. Hands are hard to draw. What's even harder to draw? Monster hands that normally look like people hands. They're supposed to be different. I think we're also thinking too much about it. Let's think too hard about this. Just do it. I'm meant to be thought too much about it. I am sure. Alright, and then this arm, maybe we can make it coming down a little further. Ugh, Lord, that's too big. Make the hand smaller. These are the struggles and difficulties I often deal with when trying to design my own creatures and stuff, or even when I'm trying to redraw something in my own style. It's like, how am I going to do this to where it's honoring the original, but also not making me look like I suck? Okay, and then this one, it's just gonna have to be off. Like that's kind of, we're just gonna have to deal with that part. There's just not enough room on the tall canvas unless I make it even smaller, and I really don't want to keep making it smaller. I also want to make it look, because on the original picture the hands are a little fat. I want to give him like these weird alien fingers. I want it to look like it belongs. Struggle is real. Yeah, and the hands are definitely the weakest part of this, I think. And we want this little appendage here to be coming down so that it's occupying more of this space than covering over his tail, unless maybe we can bring the tail up, which might be a possibility. And then we get a little bit more room with the hands down here. Let's see. So if we do that, we just bring it up, I guess. Ooh. I have to bring the continuity behind the horn. And then what I would do is raise the tail up, this part of the tail up too, like here. We don't want the top of the tail to clip the top of the horn because that makes it look weird. Human eyes don't like seeing that. Pull it up too. Maybe we'll make it over here, do that hook around. Okay. Yeah, ever since Cody shared this request, I've been looking forward to doing this. I just have not had time. It has been so busy, you know, managing work, because we're at overtime at work, so I've got a lot of that going on. I'm so tired when I get home most of the time. You know, with the kids and the family and everything after work, it's like by the time I close down the shop and I'm ready to draw, I'm so dog tired I can't do anything. It is hard to focus once it gets to that point, you know. I know there's a lot of you out there working a lot more than that for me, a lot more than I do. And so I know I don't have, some of you guys have more right to complain about it than me. And most of you don't, and that's great on you, for sure. Taking it on the chin like a champ. But it is hard finding the energy to get to some of the stuff that I need to. Like, I've got animation exercises I'm supposed to be doing, and I haven't been able to. I've just been so tired I can't even do those. You know, like that's the one thing I wanted to do, was become an animator, and it's just the one thing I have not had the time for. And I want to give you guys good animations too. Like I'd love to put out like little 30-second short animations that are funny for you guys, or do longer, you know, movie style or short style animations like Looney Tunes or something. But it is at the time thing is real. That struggle is real. There we go. All right, that gives us a little bit more room to work with here. Maybe channel a little bit of Rayquaza in the, you know, Rayquaza's little arms here. So let's see, specifically, if we were going to do that, Rayquaza's got these little balls that go here in the sockets. If we say this one's tucked up underneath, like we did before, we would give the humerus here, and it's a cylinder, right? Make the cylinder here. And this cylinder can come up before going back down. And then it splits, and this is the part where it's kind of wonky for me, is this guy's got his arms split, so one comes up and one comes down. So we're still going to run into one of these. Covering up some of the other parts of the body, and we're just gonna, there's a saying in film and entertainment, basically, sometimes you just got to kill your darlings. Yes, I would love for this whole section right here to be visible, but it looks like that's the darling we're gonna have to kill to make the arms work. And I feel like the arms are so important that we can't not do that. The arms are part of the thing that gives the monster so much of its personality. So we're gonna have to. Okay, and then up here is like a hand. This is like a hand. This is like a hand. This is like a hand. And this is like a hand. This is the palm of the hand. It's going to be behind the head, though, not in front of the head. That's one darling I won't kill. We can't put the hands in front of the head. That's also like one of the first rules of drawing poses in comic books, is you never cover up the head if you can help, unless there's a reason to doing it. And in this case, there is no reason to do it. So we will not cover up the head this time. See, thumbs are always opposite, it seems like, so the thumb would be over here. So this would be like the two fingers that it has, and then the thumb is like here. Give the thumb on this side. We don't have to kill too much of the top limb here, or the top limb, this section of the tail that we liked so much. Actually, I think I need to invert the finger on this. I'm gonna make it like this. It looks like it's supposed to be an appropriate appendage. Might be okay still there. Okay. There, I think the more visible part of this would be this part of that palm. And maybe shrink that a little bit. Just a little bit. So we can get a little bit of the hand on there. I'm not trying to hide the hand, it's just kind of worked out that way. You know? get rid of this because it's distracting. It's making it hard for me to visualize what I'm trying to do with the hand here. And what I'm trying to do is actually like maybe not give it this tendon that people have to start with. There we go. Something like that. I don't know. Definitely the hardest part is squeezing them in. If I had more space to the side, then I think we could definitely find something for the hands to do. I just am so limited. It's okay. I think we maybe have it where it sort of works out now. It's not the greatest, but I don't hate that. I definitely don't hate that. I hate that part. That's it though. The hands are just gonna be too big. They're gonna come off here. That's just how it's gonna be. Okay, good. There's the sketch. I will clean this up in the ink and color. And then I will see you guys on the next one. I appreciate you sticking around for the whole video. And until next time, see you later.